Well, that was a bit scary, wasn't it? Cows on the road? My God. What the hell is that? Hello? Hello? So nice of you to join me. Pretty wet and miserable day today in the north of England, in the UK. I'm so glad you could join me, and I think we'll be able to pass the time a bit easier. Now today I'm riding a giant TCR SL. We'll just get through the water first. Wet feet, wet feet. So as I was saying, I'm riding a giant TCR SL 2024 frame rim brake. Yep. So I may or may not be able to stop. No, I'll be okay. The reason that I actually have 2024 frame, a new frame, is because my old frame, which was a 2023 frame, was written off because I was involved in an accident with a car. Yeah, and that was, it's October now, and that was in end of June. I was involved with an accident with a car. For all of those people that have been involved with a car like that, wow, it sucks. Now, I'm not going to talk really much about it because there's still legal stuff going on, but wow, yeah, it hurts getting hit by a car. I was going about approximately 40 miles an hour, something like that, and to be honest with you, I'm not, months later, I'm still not particularly 100%. I'd say it's still a bit scary when you're out on the roads, you know, especially today like this, when just things that people probably don't think about when they're driving, you know, the stopping distance on a bike, even with your disc brakes. You know, if you're in traffic, a line of traffic, or a car overtakes you before a bend and puts on the brakes and you can't stop, and yeah, it can be quite scary, but I'm just glad to be alive, really. But no, the other frame is a write-off, which probably isn't surprising, is it really? Anyway, let's move on, stay positive. But again, yeah, if anyone that's been involved with a car, I'm sorry, it hurts. But I think there are some things, especially on the open road, we can do to reduce the likelihood of being involved with a car. So today I'm wearing my nice green top, green helmet. I've got a red rear light on, it's bright, it's a cat eye. And something that maybe people don't think about as much is visibility from the side. So if a car is going to come out on you, pull out on you, you can, yeah, no splashes so far today. I'm hoping we're going to keep that to 0. It's a wall ball. See how bright that is? So it's neon green. And it really improves your visibility from the side, not just head on and from behind. But if someone was pulling up to a junction from the side and they caught a glimpse of that neon green bottle, it's from Elite. It's Elite Fly, I think, something like that. And I also have a little race mirror on my bars, on the end of my drop bars. Again, it's a cat eye mirror, and it's really good for when, if you, bit of a roadblock ahead. Oh dear. Hello. So yeah, it's really good because you can, if you hear the engine, someone's starting to accelerate and you think, oh, that's a bit close, you just give a quick look down and, well, I guess try and move over. If they don't move over, you can move over. Now, it's not always like this in the UK, but it is in the northeast of England. Well, that's not true. Usually, I think it's the west coast of the UK is usually quite wet and windy, and then to the east, probably it's more cold and dry, but yeah, just my experience. Anyway, it's cold and wet, but I'm okay. I've got 2 bottles with about 110 grams of sugar in each, so about 2.5 hours today. And I've got some sweets. Usually when it's cold and wet, especially when it's wet, it saps your energy more than if it was just cold. So I've got a little bit, noises from the bike. So I've got about 110 grams in each bottle table sugar and some sweets, about another 100 grams or so, 150 grams. So still having a decent amount of carbs, if you're wondering. Woo! Now you're probably thinking, why is he riding the rim brake bike in the wet? Well, you know what? I'm okay. I've been riding rim brake for years, and I started off with a mountain bike. Rim, no chance, noises from the bike. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I started off on the mountain bike with disc brakes, and to be honest with you, they weren't great. They were what you call cable, mechanical, not hydraulic, and they just never really worked that great, to be honest, even on that. But no, if I'm coming up to a junction, I just start to pull on the brakes a bit more, and it scrapes off the water off the rim, and then it starts to bite and you slow down fine. It's only really in traffic that when a car pulls out on you or at a junction, you have to really be ready, have your hands covering the brakes, because I say in the wet, you know, car drivers, they don't necessarily think, oh well. But yeah, and it's a bit muddy. I'm out here on these farm track roads. It's a bit sketchy in the corners, but again, I just scrub off a little bit more speed when I'm coming up to a junction, and it's okay. Bit of gravel here, try not to slide in there. Oh, slide a bit, yeah. Oh. Now it's either this or riding in the garage with Zwift or a film, and I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather be out here in an adventure into the mist and the wet, and I think also tests how hard you are, doesn't it? How physically tough you are. My glasses are steaming up. But as I was saying, you know, I think we live a positive life, I think, and I think we live a bit too comfortably most of the time. We don't test ourselves, push ourselves, get uncomfortable. And I think, you know, riding out and pushing yourself, it's a test. I think not necessarily against other people, but against yourself. And I think the bike is riding a bike, especially with a power meter. It's a great way to test. Also, advice that people give. So I think one of the moments is the keto, isn't it? The keto diet, and for push sport, nutrition, for pushing yourself. But I can tell you, if you have a power meter and you do the keto diet, I can tell you now, power will drop. If you've got a power meter, you'll know. Like today, I'm riding about 200 watts, and yeah, probably about, well, I'm about 100 grams or so an hour. And yesterday I did an effort. I don't usually do efforts, like to do efforts. I just like to ride a lot, and that gets me fit. But if I specifically have an event or race coming up, just to get used to that effort, I did about a 2-minute effort at about 560 something watts, and again that was on rice, fruit sugar, and I think we have to find who we are when we push ourselves, when we're uncomfortable. Do we fall under the pressure? Can we keep pushing? Sounds cliched, but I think it goes for everything in life, isn't it? If it gets uncomfortable, don't just back out. You have to keep pushing. Keep going. You find out who you are. So yeah, just riding today. Riding it easy. For my hill climb race on Sunday. It's about 700 meters long, an average of 10.2%, and it's in the north of England, oh, they'll kill me if I get it wrong, Durham, I think Durham, and it's in actually a nice little attraction if you're here in Durham, or Gateshead, Durham. Beamish! It's in Beamish. Yes. Take your kids, have a nice day. Take your bike, you can not have a nice day. It's gonna hurt. I think it'd be about, I think the winning time, if it's not wet, 1 minute 40, something like that. But I don't know. See how it goes. I say I'll probably make a video, so yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll do more stuff on that. Ooh, lovely. Now I'm glad to have had your company today. It's not every day that we get to ride together. On our little 2.5 hour adventure into the clouds. See? I guess I'll leave you now, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully it'll be a bit nicer weather. Wow, it's getting really, really dark. Woo. I hope my light's working. I think we'll be okay. that was a bit scary, wasn't it? Cows on the road. Wow. Now you don't see that every day, do you? Cows on the line, cows on the road. Squeaky bye. I think the bike's got a bit scared. I think I got a bit of grit in my free hop or something. Hello, cold and wet. Oh, I wonder what do the cows and the sheep think about it? Do they get down when the weather's like this? I mean, humans do, don't they? They become recluses, disappear into their houses. But I know I definitely get affected by it, by the weather. It sort of reflects my mood, I suppose. I think it's understandable. But if we push on together, come together. Oh my god! What the hell is that? That was me, you know. I might talk about disc brakes squeaking, and I'm squeaking away here on my rim brake. Can't believe it. Ugh, what a hypocrite. Anyway, you've got to go, did you say? Oh, it's a shame. I'll be alright. I'll make it back. Or will I? No. Don't worry about me. Now if you want to see more, hopefully in better weather, maybe worse weather, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and that way you won't miss my face all this beautiful weather.